You may have seen this before. One plant in the corner of the room is bent over. The leaves are soft. The soil is dry and pulling away from the pot. It missed water for just a few days. And it looks tired. But right beside it, another plant stands tall. Its leaves are firm. The color is still deep green. Weeks have passed. Watering was forgotten more than once. Yet it still looks steady. That difference is not luck. Over many years of watching home gardens, small apartments, sunny porches, and shaded bedrooms, one pattern becomes very clear. Some plants fade quickly. Others are built to wait. You're not doing anything wrong. Many people think they simply forget too often, or that they do not have a green thumb. But the truth is simpler. Some plants are designed to survive neglect. They are patient. They store what they need. They move slowly. Today, we'll look at 5 plants that forgive missed watering. Plants that continue growing even when life gets busy. Before explaining why this works, it helps to understand what makes these plants different in the first place. It comes down to structure. Not personality. Not luck. Structure. Some plants have thick leaves. If you gently squeeze them, they feel firm and full. That thickness is not just for looks. It is storage. Inside those leaves, water is held like a small reserve tank. Other plants grow deep roots. Some grow rounded roots under the soil that act like little water containers. These roots absorb moisture when it is available and hold onto it longer than thin roots can. Some plants also have a light waxy coating on their leaves. You may notice a slight shine. That surface slows down evaporation. It keeps moisture inside instead of letting it escape too quickly. In hot climates, this matters even more. Heat pulls water out of soil and leaves very fast. Plants without protection dry out quickly. But plants with thick leaves and strong storage systems manage better. In cooler regions, the problem is often the opposite. Soil stays wet longer. Plants with thin roots can sit in damp soil and begin to struggle. Overwatering becomes more common than underwatering. If watering has ever felt confusing, that is normal. It is not about getting it perfect. It is about choosing plants built for slower care. The first plant that handles missed watering well is the snake plant. You may have seen it. Tall, upright leaves. Dark green with lighter patterns. It grows straight up, almost like a sculpture. Its secret is in those thick leaves. They store water inside. When the soil dries out, the plant uses what it saved. That is why it can go weeks without needing attention. It also tolerates low light. A bedroom corner. A hallway. A small apartment window that does not get much sun. It adjusts. In cold regions, it does well indoors year-round. During winter, when windows are cold, keeping it a little away from drafts helps. In very hot climates, it prefers bright but indirect light. Harsh direct sun can be too strong. Watering once every 2 or even 3 weeks is often enough. Sometimes less in winter. The soil should dry between waterings. This plant prefers space. It grows slowly. It does not rush. The next plant is the ZZ plant. Its leaves are smooth and glossy. The stems arch gently upward. It looks polished, almost formal. Below the soil, it grows thick, rounded roots called rhizomes. You can think of them as storage bulbs. They hold water beneath the surface. Even when the topsoil feels dry, the plant may still have reserves below. This makes it very forgiving for busy routines. If a week passes, or 2, it usually stays steady. Many seniors like this plant because it does not demand daily care. Caregivers who have changing schedules often choose it for the same reason. A common mistake is watering too often because the top layer looks dry. But dry on top does not always mean dry below. Giving it more water too soon can lead to soft stems or yellowing leaves. In most regions, it is best grown indoors. In warm climates, it can sit outside in shade during mild seasons, but frost can damage it. If temperatures drop, bringing it inside is safest. Aloe Vera is another strong choice. It is known for its soothing gel, but it is also a very resilient plant. Its thick, pointed leaves are filled with moisture. That is what makes it useful for minor skin irritation. And that same structure allows it to handle dry soil. Aloe prefers dryness between waterings. In fact, it grows better when the soil drains well and is not kept damp. In warm climates with mild winters, aloe can grow outdoors in containers. It enjoys bright light and warmth. In colder regions, a sunny indoor window works best. It does not like cold drafts or freezing air. Sometimes aloe leaves wrinkle slightly. That does not mean failure. It often just means it is using its stored water. A deep watering, followed by allowing the soil to dry again, usually brings it back to firmness. It does not need daily checking. It needs light, warmth, and space between waterings. For something softer and trailing, Pothos is a gentle option. Its vines can hang from shelves or drape over the side of a pot. The leaves are heart-shaped and often streaked with lighter green. Pothos handles mist watering differently. It slows down. When soil becomes dry, growth pauses. If it needs water, the leaves may droop slightly. This is a clear signal. And the good part is this. When watered, it often recovers quickly. The leaves lift again. It is hard to permanently damage it with one forgotten week. In cold climates, Pothos is usually grown indoors. In warm regions, it can grow outside in shade. Direct sun can burn its leaves, but filtered light suits it well. It is light enough for hanging baskets. Easy to place on higher shelves where bending is not needed. It adjusts to its space. Then there is the jade plant. Jade grows slowly. Its leaves are thick and rounded. They feel firm and full. It looks strong, almost like a small tree as it ages. Its thickness is the reason it survives dry periods. Each leaf stores moisture. Because it grows slowly, it uses water slowly. Warm climates allow jade to grow outside in containers, as long as temperatures stay above freezing. In colder areas, a bright indoor location near a sunny window is best. Jade prefers dry soil between waterings. In fact, too much water is often more harmful than too little. Soft leaves or blackened stems are usually signs of excess moisture. Letting the soil dry out gives the roots air. And air is just as important as water. When people struggle with these plants, the issue is rarely forgetting to water. It is often watering on a fixed schedule. It feels responsible to water every Saturday. Or every Sunday evening. But plants do not follow calendars. They follow conditions. If watering feels confusing, that's normal. Soil dries at different speeds depending on temperature, light, and season. In summer, pots dry faster. In winter, they stay moist longer. Instead of following the clock, it helps to observe the soil. Gently placing a finger about an inch into the soil can tell you if moisture is still present. If it feels cool and damp, waiting is usually better. Another gentle method is lifting the pot slightly. A dry pot feels lighter than a wet one. Over time, you notice the difference without much effort. Most plant loss in these types of plants comes from too much water. Roots sit in wet soil and cannot breathe. They weaken quietly below the surface. Checking first, then watering, keeps things balanced. Choosing the right plant for your space also makes care easier. If a room has low light, snake plant or ZZ plant usually manage well. They do not demand bright sun. If you have a sunny window, aloe or jade often enjoy that extra light. If you like something decorative for a shelf or hanging basket, Pothos adds softness without extra work. Lightweight pots can make moving plants easier. Especially if lifting heavy containers is uncomfortable. Placing plants where they are easy to see also helps. When you notice them, you remember them. You might take a moment to think about your home. Which plant sounds like it would fit your space? And if you'd like, you can share whether you live in a warm region or a colder one. Climate shapes small details, and it's always helpful to learn from each other's conditions. In the end, something simple becomes clear. Some plants prefer space. They prefer quiet soil. They prefer patience. Overcare can slow them down. Too much attention, too much water, too much adjusting. It can interrupt their natural rhythm. Consistency matters more than perfection. A steady, gentle approach works better than frequent changes. You don't need perfect timing. You need the right plant. When you choose plants designed to store water and grow slowly, you remove pressure from yourself. You stop chasing a schedule. You start observing instead. And that is often when gardening becomes peaceful. Do less. Get more. Give the plant what it needs. Then step back. Let it use its own strength.